6:47 a.m. Gate, teen. Riverside Regional Airport. I stood there in full pilot uniform, 4 gold stripes on my shoulders, silver wings catching the flicker of fluorescent lights, shoes polished like mirrors. Left hand gripping a leather briefcase, right hand holding a lukewarm coffee. My name is Kyo, Captain Lana Matthews. And I had just been pointed at and yelled at by an airline employee. Security. We have a fake pilot in the gate area. I froze. The terminal buzz dulled like a record scratch. Someone lowered their newspaper. A couple of teens started recording. And she, Karen Dorsey, gate agent, kept going voice sharp as a blade. Where did you get that costume? I don't know who you think you are, but you're not a real pilot. You need to leave this area, now. I swallowed hard. It wasn't the first time someone questioned my credentials because of my skin, but it was the first time someone called security on me. At my own workplace. I'm Captain Matthews, I said steady as I could. I'm flying Flight 732 to Denver this morning. Here's my airline badge, my FAA license, and... She waved it all away without even glancing. Don't hand me some printouts from Google. Real pilots don't look like you. Someone gasped. A woman nearby whispered, That's gotta be illegal. But Karen wasn't done. Dressing up is a crime in secure zones, she announced like she was starring in a courtroom drama. This lady's trying to sneak into a cockpit. That's when the live stream started. Maya. A passenger filming her morning coffee run now had 300 people watching and counting. I stayed calm, reached into my case and laid everything out. Flight plan, weather briefings, my logbook with 3 8:47 hours, my medical certificate, training certs, everything. Karen didn't care. This all looks fake, she barked, knocking half my documents onto the floor. I've seen this before, terrorists trying to sneak in dressed like crew. There it was, that word, terrorist. In a post-9/11 airport, my skin tone suddenly made me a national threat. Then right on cue, my co-pilot, Ethan, walked up rolling his flight bag. Captain Matthews, he called cheerful until he saw my face. Then his expression dropped. What's going on? Karen turned to him like she'd just caught a second suspect. Oh, so now there are 2 of you in on it. I don't know what game you're playing, but I'm not falling for it. Ethan blinked. Game? What are you talking about? She's been my captain for 8 months. We just flew Seattle last week. Karen scoffed. I trust what I see, and I don't see a real pilot. Just then my phone buzzed again, a calendar alert. 9:20 a.m. Executive boardroom, ops presentation. I glanced at my briefcase. The corner of a badge was peeking out. Executive Operations Committee. But it wasn't time yet. Minutes later, our gate supervisor, Greg Porter, arrived. Karen ran to him like reinforcements had arrived. Greg, thank God. She's faking. I need her removed. He looked me up and down, eyes pausing on my face. Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the secure area immediately. Sir, I said, still composed, I suggest you check the crew manifest. I'm assigned to Flight 732. Employee number 3391. I don't need the system, he snapped. I've got experience, and my gut says you don't belong. That's when my phone rang again. Chief Pilot's office. I answered on speaker. Matthews, where are you? You're due to take off in 50 minutes. I'm at gate 19, sir. There's been confusion. Confusion, I personally assigned you to this flight. Greg grabbed the phone. Who is this? Let me talk. I pulled the phone away. This gentleman believes I'm impersonating a pilot. Silence. Then, are you out of your damn mind? Greg Matthews is one of our top captains. Get her on that plane or explain to corporate why we missed departure. Call ended. The room went still. Greg looked pale, but still. People can fake phone calls too, he muttered. Voice changers, boyfriends reading scripts. Enough. I reached into my briefcase, pulled out a sealed folder, and called one more number. CEO's office. Yes, I said, soft but clear. It's unfolding exactly as we discussed. Maya's live stream exploded. Yo, what does she mean as we discussed? Is she undercover? She's more than a pilot. Just then, a Sampo Channel 9 news van pulled up. Outside, they had been tracking the viral video. Inside the terminal, the cameras rolled. I turned to Greg, and Karen opened the folder marked Discrimination Audit Confidential and laid out the truth. I'm not just Captain Matthews. As of this morning, I'm also the new Bar Regional Director of Operations for Skymark Airlines. This was an unannounced audit of gate procedures. Karen's face turned white. Greg tried to speak. I didn't know. You didn't want to know, I said. You judge me not by my credentials, but by your assumptions. I placed 2 resignation letters on the counter. You can resign now with standard severance and legal protection, or you can wait for federal investigation, public termination, and civil rights lawsuits. They signed. But I wasn't done. To the cameras, I announced, Project Fair Sky. Zero tolerance for discrimination. A real-time reporting app. Fly Fair. AI monitoring at all gates. 50M Beyond Justice Fund for affected passengers. 100 aviation scholarships for underrepresented students. The crowd burst into applause. Ethan stepped closer. I handed him my captain's pin. Flight 732 is yours, Captain Ethan. Congratulations. I had a boardroom waiting and a revolution to lead. 6 months later, Gate 19 bears a plaque. Project Fair Sky Launch Site, February 13th, 2025. Gate agents wear badges that read, Dignity First. The FlyFair app has logged over 3,000 positive reports, discrimination cases, down 87%. And me, I still fly sometimes. But mostly I fight from the inside so no one has to be doubted, humiliated, or erased for just existing. Because yes, someone once told me I didn't look like a real pilot. But now the skies know better. So let me ask you this. Have you ever been dismissed because of how you looked? Because of what someone assumed? Drop your story in the comments. Let's talk about justice, accountability, and how change begins, not with shouting, but with standing firm and saying, this ends with me. If this story moved you, share it, because someone out there needs to hear it. Out.